Hi, I'm Mark Boyagis with IHS Automotive. What is this vehicle we have here? In reality, it's a vehicle that's going to surprise anyone who sees it. From your friends and your relatives, to your neighbors and even strangers. In the short amount of time that we've had this car, it's been likened to a Cadillac, a Chrysler, a Lexus, a Lincoln, an Infiniti, and even a Rolls-Royce. And the beauty is the 2015 Hyundai Genesis is none of those. It's unique, it's compelling, and it's distinct from those. And Hyundai has very clearly paid very close attention to every detail in this car to improve it, not only amongst its competitors, but also its predecessor. So that this new 2015 Hyundai Genesis becomes the new benchmark in the full-size luxury sedan market. Now, this is very evident in things like the center stack display, the instrument cluster display, and the head-up display that have very meticulously been designed to optimize usability and functionality. Other examples include the safety systems, with their all being activated, and in certain situations, this vehicle is actually able to drive itself. On top of that, it's very clear that Hyundai is trying to differentiate this from the rest of its lineup by branding it Genesis all over the car. From the hood ornament to the center wheel caps, the logo on the steering wheel of the car, and even the Genesis that lights up on the pavement as you come up to the vehicle from the puddle lamps. Only in the rear tailgate does it actually say Hyundai, which helps you understand that this is still that vehicle from that brand. Let's dive in deeper to see how the technologies specifically are being differentiated and what Hyundai's doing to set them apart from the other vehicles in this luxury sedan class. Now, the uniqueness and the differentials are apparent on the inside as well. Although it's clear that Hyundai is kind of taking the best of the other vehicles on the market into the design of their interior infotainment system. For example, this is one of the first cars on the market that has both a rotary controller for control of the system as well as a touchscreen. That integration in and of itself is something you can't find on almost any other car in the marketplace. It's either one or the other in most every other case. On top of that, Hyundai's put a new 9.2-inch display in here. That large amount of real estate allows them to put a lot on the display without it looking complex and confusing. And the way they design the menu items also have helped to improve the usability of the system overall. In fact, I would say 90% of the time I was actually using the rotary controller, but what was nice is that in those instances, it was easy to just go to the touchscreen. Now on top of that, we have two more very good displays in this car. There's a 7-inch instrument cluster display, which allows you to pair through almost every type of menu that you have in the center stack, from navigation and phone, through media, safety systems, and a host of other settings. And on top of that, they have a large projection-style head-up display, which allows information from your safety systems, your speed, always posts that speed limit sign up there, which is nice, in addition to navigation, redundant cues from the audio system, and other elements as well. Now these three displays interact very well with the input mechanisms. I already mentioned the touchscreen and the rotary controller, but we also have a nice selection of steering wheel controls that are easy to use and well laid out, but also a speech recognition system that on the screen gives a really good representation of what you're supposed to say in large font and clear bubble icons, really helping you understand how to use the system right off the bat. The best part is, if you become an expert, you can put it into expert mode and reduce some of that kind of prompting ability. Now, all of this controls a host of different content on this infotainment system. The navigation system, while maybe not as premium as, say, BMW or Audi from a feature appeal, is very simple. There is two different types of map arrays. You can do Google points of interest searching, send a car from the Genesis Intelligent Assistant app, a lot of different ways to put in navigation destination entry. There's also BlueLink. You can simply use the off-board speech recognition that way. So all things considered, the navigation system, while not as premium feeling, is definitely easy to use, which might be better than some of those more complex systems. Now in terms of media, we've got a selection of different media options, from a USB port Bluetooth integration, AHA radio, Pandora integration. You also have Sirius XM, HD radio, which is standard on this vehicle as well, AM and FM, and even a CD-DVD player. The DVD player is there. I'm not sure anyone's going to use it, but if you wanted to, it pairs up with a 17-speaker Lexicon Logic 7 surround sound audio system, which would rival any home theater system in terms of sound reproduction. Quite amazing when you think about it. And Lexicon as a brand is only seen in this car, a couple of high-end Kias, and that Rolls-Royce we were talking about. Now in terms of telematics, the Hyundai Genesis has the BlueLink platform, and in this case it's BlueLink 2.0, which is similar to what the other Hyundai vehicles offer, but is a little bit more advanced. In this case, we have the same diagnostics, stolen vehicle location, emergency collision notification, car finder, those types of apps that you have in other vehicles, but you also have an app store, which eventually, although not currently, will have a selection of apps that you can download directly to the vehicle and use natively on your car. On top of that, the smartphone app that you have in your pocket will allow you to start to control different elements of your lifestyle. You'll be able to integrate your calendar. Say you've got a meeting across town in 20 minutes, it'll tell you, hey, you need to leave in 5 minutes in order to get to your meeting in time. And it'll integrate your lifestyle and kind of become that virtual assistant that we're seeing the likes of Google do through Google Now. So in terms of the connected car functionality, this vehicle has some really unique features that we think will help it stand apart from the competition. Now, while I've said a lot of things that I like about this car, there were a couple things that were surprising were missing or didn't work the right way. For example, the iPod integration. You plug it in, first of all, it's kind of hard to reach this USB down here, but on top of that, once it's integrated, you can play any song, you can pull it up via the touchscreen of the controller, but you can't call out play artist U2 via voice. You can't call out playlists or genres. There's no speech recognition other than go to iPod. So that's something that was really surprising considering how long speech recognition for iPod has been integrated. On top of that, this vehicle, when you shut it off, no matter what song you're on, it'll always go back to the very first song. So if you're shuffling and you're playing Steve Miller Band, it'll go back to Aerosmith if that's the very first song and the very first album in your playlist. And so it's kind of counterintuitive why it would automatically jump back to another song when you're trying to play that one from before. Lastly, the phone system. The integration of Bluetooth was very quick and easy to pair it, but a lot of other systems have email and SMS integration by now, and this one doesn't. It's a certain layer of complexity that we know is difficult to perfect, but is a feature that BMW, Audi, Mercedes, Ford, Chevrolet, Toyota, they all have. So why isn't Hyundai putting it in their flagship sedan? We're not quite sure. Lastly, the apps I already mentioned, something that we're going to expect to see more of as time goes on, but that app store needs to be populated with apps very soon in order for it to maintain competitiveness. Now, as mentioned earlier, there is, in certain situations, the ability for this car to drive all by itself. If you turned all the safety systems on, you're doing 65 on a highway with good lane markings, you're actually able to sit back and relax for about 15 seconds before it tells you, all right, put your hands back on the steering wheel. This is because the systems all work in coherence together. The adaptive cruise control with full stop and go works to help you buffer that distance and speed with the vehicle in front of you. The lane departure warning and lane keep assist with the camera over the mirror in the front allow you to stay within your lane as you're drifting in and out, and it actually takes a pretty significant curve. The blind spot detection helps you see what's happening behind you and actually helps you, even in the head-up display, see that in action. And so all these systems come together to help create a really close to autonomous driving experience in certain situations. But it's not cheap. You need to add a $4,000 tech package and a $3,500 signature package, which comes with other things like leather and heated seats and the rear sunshade. But those technologies are not standard, and you need to option up to around $7,500 more. Now, like a lot of other cars in this class, this has a hands-free and keys-free trunk release, but there's no dancing. You just sit here and it opens up. Pretty nice when you got a kid and a couple of bags in your hand. You're able to just set it down press the button and go. Now the 2015 Genesis overall is a very good package of technology, comfort and convenience, design and performance. Now, starting at $38,000, you get a fairly well-equipped Genesis sedan, but we really recommend that extra $12,000 or so to add all of the different safety technologies, the Lexicon surround sound audio system, and the navigation system, because that's really going to give you the premium experience that you'd expect from a $70,000 BMW 5 Series, but you'll be saving $20,000 in the process. And if you're really not interested in impressing the country club boys with the brand of your car, but you want something different than that tired old luxury, then this is the vehicle for you. It's going to give you everything you want and give you $20,000 to spend somewhere else. For more on this and other IHS Automotive reviews, go to ihs.com/automotive or subscribe to our YouTube channel.